I had another very interesting golf encounter yesterday. I could tell you about at some point.
Ooh. Did they have to Google you?
Pardon me, sir?
Did they have to Google you for that?
No, sir. Just stop it. Anyway.
Confrontational?
Minor. But another
At your own club?
Yes.
That's not good.
Yeah. With someone I barely even know. And
Well, that's good.
like
I wouldn't want to hear it was with Tim Niblett.
no, Nibbers. I saw Nibbers yesterday. He's festooned in his orange gator shorts, and I saw him from a few fairways away because he's hard to miss. He's a giant mountain of a man, beautiful. Well, you know what? The reason he has to be so big, do you know why it is?
No.
Because his heart is bigger than most people.
Oh, he needs a case for
He
that
needs
heart.
a cavity
Yeah.
commensurate with how big his heart is.
That's very true.
He can't have a regular human's heart, body, I should say,
Right.
because he carries so much heart with him.
He has so much love.
Right.
No, just, it was one of those things. Can I tell you really quickly? Because
Oh, no. I'd love to hear these stories. Go ahead.
so we have two areas. We have a huge putting complex. It's massive. I don't know how many thousands of square feet this is, but it's massive. It's in 3 different areas, and there's guys all over the place putting and chipping balls onto a green. But there's also a short game area next to that. It's really small. It's only got 2 pin positions, and that's where guys will also practice their short games. So there's me and this buddy of mine, Brad Campbell, good guy, and we're just we're way away from everyone. And we're just practicing, like we always do on Ladies' Night. We sort of end up there together. We're practicing. But at the end of my little session, I took one ball. This is a good tip for you golfers. If you stand there, if you want to sharpen up your short game and you just sit there hitting the same shot over and over again, that can train your motion, but it doesn't train your ability to judge different distances. So what I do, we call that block training. So what I do is after I've done some block training, just working on my technique, I take one ball and I go around the green and I try and get it up and in the least amount of shots, right? To simulate you're actually playing. Because every time you play, the shot is different. So I was kind of going around. I was picking out 18 little holes or pin positions and trying to get up and down in the least amount of shots.
Right.
So there's this guy, and I swear this is true. 7 years ago when I joined this course, I played one round of golf with him. He's super grumpy. Everyone knows he's grumpy.
How old is he?
In his late 60s, early 70s. He's one of those guys, though, that always seemed old. Like,
Right.
even when I met him years ago.
Right,
he
like
seemed,
Phil. Like Phil. Right.
But what Phil? No, the difference is Phil's an old soul.
Oh,
this
okay.
guy's just an old prick.
Yeah, okay.
He's one of those guys.
You're right.
You're right. He's just prickly.
Right.
And when I joined 7 years ago, I didn't know anybody yet, and I'd played around in golf, and I have never played with him since. And he's just got this reputation as a grumpy Gus. So I go around. This is like yesterday afternoon. It was brutally cold. Everyone's a million layers on. So I'm sitting there next to my buddy Brad, and we're doing these little chips. And then I go around the green, and it's a huge green. And there's only a couple of guys putting. So I got my one ball, and I make a chip to this area. And it's just golf etiquette. When, you're sitting there putting and a ball comes sort of up near you, you just sort of throw it back to them or you just sort of wave or whatever. It's like, it's just common. It happens all the time. So my little ball, I chipped up and it happened to go just near him. And I went, hey, sorry.
Near his ball or near him?
Near his ball. And it was
Okay.
literally just kind of gently came up near his golf balls
Right.
while he was putting.
Right.
And I said, hey, sorry about that. You can just throw that back to me. And he goes, this is the putting. This is how he talks. He goes, this is the putting area. And I said, yeah, so? He goes, this is the part I loved. He goes, chipping is strictly prohibited. What? And I said, are you serious? I said, what? He said chipping. And he was really very he was really
He must have read it off a sign.
yeah, but that's the thing is some courses will not like you to chip onto the putting green because it for whatever reason, but
Yeah.
Well, couldn't it dent the...
theoretically.
Right.
But when he said that to me, so I yell at Brad to go, hey Brad, 'Cause I'm a bit. I go, hey Brad, stop chipping. It's strictly prohibited.
Now you're antagonizing.
Well, I just
Oh,
thought
I would do the same thing.
I know you would.
That was so ridiculous.
It was just when he said that to me, I'm like, are you a talking sign?
Right. trespassers will be prosecuted.
This is a chip. This is a putting green. Chipping is strictly prohibited.
Authorized
I went,
parking.
well, it'll be 7 more years till we speak again. Have a great
Yeah,
day.
what's wrong with, hey, Humble, you're really not supposed to be chipping onto this
But
thing.
which is bull.
But I'm just saying, even if he said it that way, and you could have said, oh, no, grumpy old whatever.
Grumpy dick.
Yeah.
Grumpy Richard.
Yeah.
So this guy's in his late 60s?
Late 60s.
Probably retired.
Yeah.
Just out golfing.
Right.
And,
Nice day.
and he turns that into something.
Well, and really, like,
appalled.
like every tournament, every course I go to where there's a bunch of people warming up, there's always people putting. You're always trying to get, find a free hole, and there's always people chipping. It's just sort of golf etiquette. You just, if a ball comes near me, it's just, hey, oh, that's yours, and I'll just toss it back to you. And that's kind of what I thought he was about to do. But he chose that moment to chastise me. I'm almost 60 years old.
And did he do it in front of other people? Or
Well,
was it just
It was just him and I.
Right.
But I chose to let everyone know that chipping was strictly prohibited.
Strictly.
Was this was before your round as well?
Oh, yeah. So while we're getting warmed up, yeah.
So
yeah.
it didn't put you off your round or anything?
No, I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, all right.
In fact, I don't know about you, but when those things happen to me, one of the first things I do is I go to my phone and I just write down chipping is strictly prohibited so I can remember the exact wording to tell you the next day. Just when he said that, I go, Fred will love that.